Hi guys, this is Gail Francis from Gaffer Smart Art. So, yes, you realize I'm no longer doing art demos because, as I explained in my last two videos, my studio is now three-quarter owned by my husband who runs his sessions there. So, I really can't do any demos while he's doing his meetings. It's COVID, a lot of changes have occurred. So, most likely, most of the times you'll see me doing these kind of videos where I'm just talking about random topics based on what they do with art, something to do with art. As you realize, I'm in my little corner in my room where I do my normal coaching sessions because, as you know, I'm a coach, I'm a leadership development coach. So, what am I talking about this afternoon? Because it's raining outside, very nice and cozy. I wanted to talk about pricing our art. Yes, it's one of the hardest things. When I first started thinking about selling my art, I was looking at all the different ways. How do I price it? What do I price? And then, I went online and I found formulas. You can price by the square inch or I can't remember the other one. The square inch is like the width by the height by the value, whether it's at $20, $3, whatever. And then plus you add on all the expenses, or width plus height by a certain amount, and you add on the expenses. I had these tables written out, worked out for every different size canvas that I use. And still, when it was time to price it and to sell it at that price, I would change the price. I felt bad at certain times. So, your emotions go up and down. They vary based on having to sell your work, especially when you get certain facial expressions from people like, oh, that's expensive. So what I tended to do was, okay, they asked me a price, and when I know I should say a certain price, I would drop it. And then afterwards, they buy it or they don't buy it, and I'm like, God, why did I do that? Or that price was too low. Or you get it sold, and it's like, God, you feel eating inside of you, I should have charged more. Or worse yet, sometimes you're so afraid to price, you give it away for free. The worst thing you can ever do. I have done that, and there was one particular piece, I'm like, that ate up at me for days. Why did I do that? Why did I give it up for free? Crazy. But now, after listening to another artist called Rafi was here, I realized, no, we price what is comfortable. And I still have that issue though, I know I've worked out certain prices for my art, but it's always shifting, it's always varying. Recently, I sold two watercolor pieces to a girl in Florida. And the thing too is, it's the first time for me having pieces bought abroad. I have pieces purchased here locally in Trinidad, but I've never sold anything abroad. And she bought it to my Etsy store, and fine. So this was the first time I was working out the whole cost of shipping, and it was horrible because over here everything is 7 TT to 1 US. So what happened? If I used DHL, it was coming up to a very high price. If I used FedEx, it was even triple that. And then we also have our local postal service to use. So based on the cost that I listed on the store for the painting, when I looked at the options of DHL, FedEx, and postal services, I really couldn't go with DHL or FedEx. The fear is, with our local postal services, you're not too sure how things will arrive, etc. But I took the chance, and unfortunately, when I expected it, based on what they told me, for it to arrive in 2 or 3 weeks, it arrived. It took 5 weeks, but it arrived safely. She loved it, and she said, if you paint anything in based on a different topic, she's interested. So I was relieved. It was a little chancy, a little risky, but it arrived okay. But just took longer. And then again, it was COVID time. It's COVID time where sending all those things are concerned, as well as I think America is going through this mailing issue of mails slowing down. But so luckily she got it. But then I also realized that, do I include the shipping cost of the FedEx shipping cost? I know for sure it will arrive on time, but that's so expensive, and I don't want my prices to be that high. So it's making all those decisions. So I have kept it basically fair, and I want to, and I've looked at different people online and what they charge for similar pieces or similar styles and sizes, and so I try to keep it at the same level. But I don't really want to add too high shipping cost to my pieces. I don't think that's right. So I'll go with my local postal services. So which means I will change the delivery time. Instead of saying like 4 days, 5 days, it's going to take a few months. So we all feel comfortable when it's time to price our art. Just stand firm. Don't change your prices because people are looking at you funny. Stay comfortable with that. It must be comfortable for you. If you know it's valued at a certain thing, leave it value like that. One thing Rafi was here did see that I never really didn't consider. Art that I did years and years ago, where I felt as if that was low value, that should go cheap. He is saying it's like fine wine, so it's more expensive, and that I never considered, because to me, learning, and those were pieces I had just done, and the quality was best, and the technique wasn't the best, so it shouldn't be higher in price. And he's saying no, it's just as valuable. So I was like, but I think I would stick with those pieces. To me, I'll keep them at a lower price, and or at least a reasonable price, a little lower than my newer pieces. So I just wanted to share that with you, and my little difficulty there, but it worked out for the best. And we all have this issue with pricing our art and sending it out there. So there will be the discomfort, but eventually you'll settle on something that you are comfortable with. So that's it for now. This is Gail Francis with Gaffer Smarter Art. Nice talking to you guys after all this time. I look forward to sharing some more of my thoughts with you later at another time in another video, right? So don't forget, subscribe or just like my video if you like it, if you want to hear more, or ask me some questions, especially if you're interested in what happens here in Trinidad and Tobago. Right now we're having cricket going on, so it's going really good despite COVID. So we place our cricketers in a bubble so that they were all tested, quarantined before they all came together. So there are no fans in the stands, and it is working extremely well because Trinidadians are enjoying the game. So I think other countries should take an example, right? You can't have your sport, but you quarantine your guys, you make them live in a bubble, play the sport in a bubble without a crowd. What I liked in the stadium, they put up little cardboard cuttings of people, but they also link to people who are watching the game, and they have prizes, and if you ask a question and that kind of thing. So that's Trinidad, and we are into our cricket. So thanks again. See you soon, and don't forget, like and subscribe. Check you later. Bye, guys.